Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a makeup tutorial for you all, and it's on this sort of subtle, glowy, everyday bold lip look, if that's a thing. I've been really inspired by other YouTubers at the moment, such as like Zoella with the bold lip look, and I really wanted to recreate a look for you, and I've really been wanting to try a liquid lipstick. So this look is with a liquid lipstick, which I have to say is the first time I've ever used one, and I am in love. It's amazing at how well it goes on, and it just feels so nice on. So I thought I would go for a nice classic red with a bit of a subtle eye, and I've also got my little zebra shirt on with red shoes, so I thought it was just fitting to use a red lip as well with the zebra shirt. And with my little zebra shirt, if you do like it, it is from ASOS, and I did feature it in a haul recently up on my channel, so I will link it above here so you can go and watch it. So if you guys are interested in finding out how you can recreate this look, just keep watching. Okay, so the first item that I'm going to use, which is a little bit faded, you can't really see the bottle that well, is this Inika Certified Organic Pure Primer, and I'm just going to put that all over my face. So putting primer on helps your makeup to stay on throughout the day. Just need a really small amount of makeup on your hands, and obviously making sure that you've got nice clean hands before you go in with the makeup, because you don't want to be spreading germs. The next item that I'm going to be using, oh gosh, it's a bit low, give it a shake, is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the shade Vanilla. I've been using this foundation for quite some time and I really like it. It gives really good coverage, but it doesn't feel like heavy on the skin either. I like to put like a little bit on the back of my hand, on my finger, sort of dot it around on my face. And then get a dampened beauty blender or a sponge. This one's by Real Techniques, and then just blending that all in all over your face. I actually like to use, oh gosh, I look really white, don't I? I like to use a BB cream like on a daily basis, but if I want like a bit extra coverage, then I will opt for a foundation like this one. Alright, I'm just going to get a little bit more and put on those areas that I want like a bit more coverage, like across my cheeks and things like that. Alright, just making sure that you like blend it all the way down onto your neck, and then also blending it in up to your hairline. I like to just go over my eyebrows. Alright, so once foundation's on, then we go in with a concealer. So the concealer that I've been using at the moment is the Urban Decay Naked Skin in the shade Light Warm. I find it's got good coverage, but the only thing I don't like about it is it kind of smells like paint on my skin, and I don't know, that just smells weird. But like, I'm putting paint on my face. I guess I kind of am. Skin coloured. So with the concealer, I just like to go in under my eyes, just to brighten up under my eyes, around my nose where it kind of like creases throughout the day, and then any problem areas. Also like to go in between my brows, because I find that the foundation sort of wears away during the day there, and then any I'll just blend out on top of my brows. So I just get it like this. some up here, on my nose, down, and then any sort of problem areas just blotch on like that. I have a little bit of acne scarring here, so I just like to put a little bit there because it kind of looks dark when, like, it's not, my skin's not actually like pigmented dark, but because they're like little holes, craters into my face, it tends to create shadows that you don't want. So then I just get this sponge. This one's really good because it's got a little section here which allows you to get closer into your eye and blend it in better and more easily. Alrighty, now that we have got the base done, everything's concealed, all the same sort of tone, going to set it with the powder. So the powder I've been using at the moment is by RMS Beauty, and it's just like a very fine white powder. I believe, yeah, it's 100% silica in here, and it's a loose powder. So I just, oh, it's making dust everywhere. I just get it, tap a little bit into the lid there, and then I'll get the small end of the sponge and pop it into the powder like that, and then just press it under my eyes like so. I also like to take a little bit up onto the lid just to prevent any creasing. I'm just patting it in, any excess around my face there. So just getting a little bit more again, and then patting it in. And then I also like to get a little bit up here and put it in the areas that I get quite oily, so like in between my brows, down my nose, and then whatever's sort of like left, I just take the big end and just place around my face. Now I'm going to go in and add a bit more, like add the colour back into my face and add a bit of definition. So the first thing that I'm going to use is the Inika Baked Mineral Bronzer in Sunkissed. It looks like that there. So I just take that, suck in my cheeks. So it gives you like the areas that you want to be placing the bronzer. So I just swirl it on, tap off any excess. And then just placing it sort of like in a 3 around my face. Swirl again, tap off any excess, and then it's a little bit too dark. You can just take your Beauty blender and or sponge or whatever you have, and then just sort of like blend it in a bit more. Now I've got a bit more colour in my face. Just going to grab a large brush. So this brush is the Multitask brush by Real Techniques. I got a set of brushes from Real Techniques for Christmas from Mum and Dad, and they're really nice. I really like them, plus look how pretty they are. And then I'm using at the moment this little tiny little blush here by Pacifica, which is the Camelia Natural Minerals brush. blush. So same thing again, I just get the brush, you know, dab it in to the little thing and then tap off any excess, and then I just like pull the blush up so it takes the colour up. Oh, that's a bit heavy. Clown cheeks. And I just like to blend it out. The next thing I'm going to use is the Hourglass. I don't know if you can see that. I think you're just getting reflection. Woo! So it's the Hourglass Euphoric Strobe Light, and it looks like this. It's so pretty. It's this beautiful sort of gold champagne sort of color. To apply my highlighter, I'm going to use the Real Techniques Multitask Cheek Brush, which looks like this. I really like this one for highlight because of the like tapered end. It comes to a nice sort of point, and I feel like you can really precisely get in and put the highlighter wherever you like. So one thing I forgot to do was I like to use a little brush. This is a tapered blending brush by the brand Kirrei Cosmetics. I'm really not sure how to pronounce it. It's a beautiful brush range though. I really love this brand. And just getting some of that bronzer that we used before and sort of create a bit of definition on the sides of the nose, to also put a bit of color back in there as well. So I just get a little bit on the brush, tap it off, and then just sort of lightly go like that. A little sponge back, and then just sort of press. Alright, so back to the highlighter. With the highlighter, I just like to take a little bit onto the brush there. Again, tapping off that excess, and then just sort of placing it on the tops of your cheekbones and up beside the brow as well. So it creates like a really beautiful, subtle, like glow from within look to the skin. I'm gonna just do the other side. I like to take a little bit and add it to the end of your nose so it gives you like, it lifts it up. Just a real little bit there. And a little bit as well on the Cupid's bow. Alright, so we're going to move into the eyes now and the brows. So I'm going to first do my brows, and I'm a bit devastated because I purchased a brow product the other day and it hasn't arrived yet. So unfortunately I'm still with my old one, and I don't like my old one anymore, and I'm like got hardly any products left. So you're just going to have to bear with me on the brows. They're not going to be amazing. But firstly, I always like to get a spoolie just like this and just brush the brows out first. So just brushing those out like that, and then defining them with a product, which is obviously what I'm going to be doing when my other product arrives. But for now, I'm just going to have to fill them in with what I've got. Just filling in those gaps currently. Like so. And then doing the same thing for the other one. And now I'm going to go in and do the eyes, and because I'm going to do a bold red lip, I want to keep the eyes a bit more softer, a bit more natural. So I'm going to use some more brown sort of tones. I've got these two little palettes here from Designer Brands, which are just a drugstore brand, and they look like this. So in each one there is 4 colors, and I think I'm going to do like a bit of a combo. Okay, so first up I'm going to take a flat shading brush like this by the same Kirrei Cosmetics brand, and I'm going to take a bit of this sort of browny color here. Just going to take that on the brush, and then I'm going to pack that over my lid, and that just gives it a nice sort of base color, like so. And then we're going to go do the other eye. So I just sort of put that on my lid and take it up into the crease as well. So I'm going to take now a sort of more fluffy brush, which is that tapered blending brush that I used before on my nose. And I'm going to take the other palette, and I'm going to take this number 3 here, which has got more of like a reddy sort of purpley tinge to it, which is quite nice. Tap off the excess into the crease there. Like so. I'm going to take a little bit more on that one. Go on and do the other eye. Like that. I like that color a lot. And I'm just gonna also taking that sort of flat shading brush that we used on the lid before. I'm gonna use that and just take some of that dark color on the lower lash line, just a real little bit, just so it all flows together. So just take a bit of that. And bringing it down underneath. So for eyeliner recently, I have been using the Too Faced sketch marker, which looks like this. I really like this. It's got a nice point there, so it makes it easy to, you know, do a precise line. This is where it gets nerve-wracking. So just getting the pen. So a little tip that I learnt off YouTube as well was when you do a winged liner, you use the bottom lash line to sort of line up where you want the wing to go, so it makes it a bit easier to keep it even on each side. So you just shut your eye and then find where, you know, that where it come up, and I always sort of put it around where my crease line is, and then I find it easier to just draw backwards onto, like, draw this way. Makes it a lot easier than trying to guesstimate where you're going to end that liner. So if you just sort of put a dot around about where you want it, and then shutting your eye, and just drawing a line back like that, and then you can join it all up, and then you just fill in that gap there.
So I start my liner going along, and then when it comes to it has to go into that wing,
So once they're on, I'm going to go in with my highlighter palette that I used before by Hourglass, and I'm going to use a small fluffy brush. I'm just going to pop some of that highlighter onto my beneath my brow and into the corners of my eyes, just to bring that light into my eyes. So just taking a little bit there, tapping off the excess, and then bringing that on there. Now that that's on, I'll go in with mascara and brow gel. And the reason that I didn't do my brow gel was when I was filling in my eyebrows is that I find that if I put the brow gel on, it hasn't completely dried by the time that I put like highlighter powder underneath my eyebrows. It sticks and then it makes my eyebrows look shimmery, and that's not a good look. So I like to do the brow gel last, because then that way there's no powder that's going to be going onto that. But now we're going on to mascara. This mascara that I'm using is one that I have been loving for years. A friend put me onto it. It is the designer brand's Beyond Amplifying Curling Volumizing Mascara. And it looks like this. I don't know if it's going to focus because it's shiny. But it's basically a tubing formula, and I really like that, because what happens is when you put it on, they like form little tubes around your eyelashes, and I find it really good for when you want to take it off, so it comes off in pieces rather than coming up in like a big black sort of mess, and you don't have to like rub your eyes or anything, so it causes less irritation to your eyes. So I just take that one, wipe off the excess off the end of the brush, and then apply that one, getting it down to the roots of my lashes, and then pulling it through. Pop on some brow gel. So the brow gel that I've been using is by Mecca Max. It's their own brand there. It's a huge tube, which I love. The spoolie is maybe a little bit too big for a brow product. That's alright. And there's a lot of product that goes onto the spoolie when you take it out. So I always like to just drag the spoolie along the top of the bottle to get off like any excess. And then I just, little small motions, just put it into the brows. So just popping it in like that. Feels nice and cool. The reason that I love using a brow gel, not only does it help the brow hairs to stay in place all day, but it also puts that natural look into it, so it takes that powdery dry look out of them. So if you are using a powdery product for filling in your brows, puts that sort of like moisture back in, makes it look more natural. I never really understood brow gels until I started using them, and it's been amazing. It's like a must-have item now. Okay, so now it's time for lips, which I'm really excited for because it's a brand new product and I've never used a liquid lipstick before, so it's exciting. First thing though that I'm going to do is use a designer brand's invisible lip liner, and it just helps to keep any like lipsticks on for longer. It just looks like that. It's like a nude bit of color, and you just line the outside of your lips as you would do with a normal lip liner. So just my lips really need some TLC. They're a bit dried out. Now that that's on, let's get excited. So it's even still in its packaging. So I got this today and I'm so excited to use it. I've been thinking about getting one for ages. And it is the Hourglass, what's it called? Hourglass Opaque Rouge Liquid Lipstick in a matte finish. And I got it in the color Icon. So it's this really pretty deep red, like a classic sort of bold red color. And it's got this itty bitty little applicator. Oh, just such a nice looking color. Okay, it's time to go on with the liquid lipstick now, and I'm so excited for this, but also a little bit nervous because I haven't done this before, and you know, it's not a subtle color, but that's what makes it more fun. Wow, it's such a pretty shade. Oh my god. So I got a tissue. Just gonna touch up those edges. You can already see that it's drying, and it's drying so nicely. Just trying to get it even around the edges there. Pretty neat. I'm just gonna go in with a bit of concealer around my lips. Just on that bottom lip because it's a little bit messy. I'm gonna grab the point of my beauty blender and just sort of blend it out. Alrighty, so there we go, there we have it. Lipstick's on, and I have to say I love it. It dries beautifully on the lips. It doesn't feel dry, it doesn't feel cakey or heavy. The only thing I would have to say, the only maybe negative thing so far about it is that you get a lot of product on the applicator when you go to put it on, so you just have to make sure that you wipe it off, but it's totally minor problem. Super beautiful product, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. So there we go guys, I hope you enjoyed this makeup tutorial, and it's a bit exciting because it is my first makeup tutorial on YouTube, and I have to say I have learnt so many tips and tricks from other girls here on YouTube. So big shout out to all the girls making videos and guys on YouTube sharing their advice. If you liked this video and you want to see more makeup tutorials, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and that way I know that you're enjoying these kinds of videos. And if you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe to my channel and click the little bell icon beside my channel, and that way you'll receive notifications for every single video I upload, so you won't miss any videos and you'll get notifications every time I upload. So I hope you enjoyed this video guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!